Okay, we're going to do a website review of improve-results.com. We're going to look at this through the lens of StoryBrand, specifically content, clarity, where it's placed, and a little bit of imagery if it communicates something important. So we're just going to dive right in. First of all, I wanted to share that your homepage is really the sales letter of your website. Every subsequent page should support what happens on the homepage. I should, as a website visitor, be able to go to the homepage of your website, get everything I need to know right away, and be able to do what you want me to do. There's going to be a call to action you want, and I should be able to do that without having to click any other page. So let's go ahead and dive right in. The first thing I see at the very top is the sign up for monthly leadership tips. Although that's great and it's at the top, chances are slim that you're going to see signups right away. They're going to want to go through your website first. My suggestion would be to move that to a different section of your homepage and offer a free PDF download or a registration to a free webinar or something that can give me a resource that adds value to me, but also a way you can get my email and name so you can add me to an email campaign and begin your marketing efforts toward me. But it's most likely going to increase your connection via email if you give me something in return. So is there a book that you can give me for free, or a PDF, or a webinar, or both, or all of that? Find something that you're willing to give for free and offer that up as a way to trade basically for my name and email. As we look down just a little bit, we have your logo, Improving Performance and Results, Inc. Although that logo doesn't tell me necessarily what you do, it does tell me what you want. It does tell me the name of your company, so that's great. Unfortunately, behind it, there's a little issue with the website, so there's your phone number behind it, and I don't know what it says other than I can see the remaining digits of the phone number. So it could be a good call to action. It's just hard for me to see that. Because of the website development piece of it. Now, because I don't quite know yet what you do, the next natural place for me to look are your navigation items at the very top. That's the home, about us, meet the team, business opportunity, testimonials, services, shop with some subpages, blog, and contact us. I'm not quite sure what you want me to do. So far, I'm not real clear on what you do, and I'm not clear on what you want me to do, and I probably will not pick any of these yet until I read the information below that, which then begs the question, why are we having this here? So my suggestion would be to create what's called a hamburger menu on the top right corner. It usually looks like 3 lines, and when you click it, a box will open with all these pages. So I'm not saying get rid of these. I'm saying let's tuck them away somewhere so I can access them if I want to continue to drill further into what you do. Okay, now we're going to scroll down a little bit to this slideshow here. Learn how to bring out the best in people. That's good. It has a picture of you and see that moved very quick. So we need to slow this down a little bit. Build a career as a leadership consultant. Find out how. Back to the first one. So the first one looks like a book that you are offering. I don't know if that's free, or I don't know what you want me to do with that. But then the next one has a red button that says find out how. I would actually make that button a little bit more obvious. Find out how's not as strong as a call to action. We need to really have a strong call to action, but I also see product back there. So I feel like I'm already being asked to buy something, and I'm not quite sure what it is how you're going to benefit me rather in this. So far, I see that there's CDs and papers in a binder, and that's how it's going to build my business. Excuse me. So in this section here, you have an opportunity to really speak to the internal problem that your customers are facing, your distributors, your leadership coaches and consultants. What is it that they are facing, and speak to that? Also, I would not have pictures of your product yet. You want me to imagine myself doing that thing I want to do. So I want to be a sought after leadership coach. So I'm going to show you a website. This is by Michael Hyatt. It's called Business Accelerator. Now, if you notice in that image there, you have Michael Hyatt and a couple of other people. It looks like a coaching session. It looks like some sort of meeting. And because Michael is standing, it's obvious he is the coach. He is the executive coach in that picture. They're all smiling. They're having a great time doing whatever it is that they're doing. It doesn't have to be specific, but what that does is that shows people smiling. It shows business focus with even what Michael is wearing, but it does show something that I can envision myself being a part of. And then I read the words next to it: scale your business and accelerate your results. So that's speaking to someone who feels like their business is not growing and their results are slowing down. Right there, I'm already intrigued on what's next. So in your website, I would have something similar where you have imagery of, and it could be stock photos. It does not have to be photos that you get done, but it's photos of people interacting with each other and in a setting that is similar to what you're saying. And then use the verbiage to speak to that internal problem. Use your brand script, speak to that internal problem, and then have an obvious call to action, which for you, the call to action, the direct call to action, is scheduling a meeting with you. So we want to make sure we have that button that's an obvious schedule a meeting, and also at the very top right corner, we want to have that button up there as well. We want to make sure it's like Business Accelerator. You see where it says apply to join on the top right. And then this learn more is great because it expands a little on what they're saying, but you know what they want you to do by apply to join at the very top. Okay. Now, as we scroll down, this next section here where it says business opportunity has some content and then it has a button that says learn more. The word business opportunity almost just seems like it's random words put in that section. It's not really a statement that's drawing me to read further. I'm really not looking for another business opportunity, but rather I'm looking for resources to help me become a better leadership coach. So what are we saying here by business opportunity? Are we saying get more opportunities in your business? If that's the case, then say something like that and be clear with your description text below. Learn more is a button I rarely would use where it says learn more. Have your direct call to action. Schedule a meeting. You're asking me to do something. Let's do that. I'm trying to learn more, and that's fine. But let's be direct on the call to action that we have here. These 4 items here, do you have training and development tools? Are tools your clients ready for the fun? I love that you use the icons, but I would be a little bit more clear on what you're saying here. Do I have what? These bold statements should be compelling enough for me to read what's below that. So let's go back to Business Accelerator as an example. I'm going to scroll down a little bit further. Doing it all can only get you so far. That's a statement that's drawing me further into what they're trying to say after that. Another image of someone thinking. This is like, maybe someone is struggling with that thought. I feel like I'm doing it all, right? So that image could be stock photography, but it is something that's making me visualize that statement. I go a little bit further. You know what the next level looks like. So you hear a statement, small little description with an arrow pointing them to look at all these other little icons. But notice the icons stand alone to one sentence. They're small blips. It could be one paragraph if you add all those sentences together, but they separated it to make it easier on the eye, easier to consume by the website visitor. So right here, I would say it's a little bit wordy. Now, what I would put underneath this slideshow is maybe logos of companies that you've worked with. It's a great authority boost without saying a word. You could say something like, we've also worked with, and then have the logos there. It just adds authority. It adds more credibility to what you do. And then have more content below, similar to what's happening here with the punchy statements and some descriptive text below that. All right. Now, one thing that I love about this next section here is it has the statement that says you can accelerate the learning curve starting right now with the expertise of a winning coach. It has nothing to do with Michael Hyatt or Business Accelerator. It starts with me as the website visitor, I can accelerate the learning curve. So I suggest you do that here. Now you sort of have that done with build your business while you help your clients improve theirs. That's fantastic because it has nothing to do with you, but sort of does. And then you have content below. That's kind of what I'm talking about. But again, make it punchy and then add some imagery below it. Okay. Now this part here, it says the future you want is within your reach. But if you notice, the content below it is about Michael Hyatt. This is that part of the brand script where you talk about your empathy and authority. Now Michael has done this a lot, so he's got a lot of authority in what he does. But you see at the very top, the future you want is within your reach. He gets it. He knows that you can have that future, and it's right there. And then it goes to talk about what he does. But here's the deal. Apply to join. Apply to join. There are those calls to action. So far, I don't have a direct call to action, so I don't quite know what you want me to do on your website. So after you've added the logos there, you could add the steps. What's your process in this section here? You could add a value proposition. What value do they receive by connecting with you and scheduling a meeting with you? On Business Accelerator, the value section is like this. It's where it says Business Accelerator is proven to drive results. 67% of revenue growth, 11 reclaimed hours, 35% improvement in work-life balance. These are value adds that draw me in to want to do that. So let's go ahead and add a section on your homepage for that as well. Now this right here below looks like the products that you have to offer, right? Or things that I can purchase. Now each one of these, first of all, I may not know which one is best for me. So I would actually move all of these into a subsequent page, and let's talk more about how to even get on the phone with you, how to do a virtual call with you. That's your call to action. Remember, everything has to support the main thought, which is schedule a call. Everything has to support that. So this right here could be subsequent in another page somewhere else. And then let's talk about why it should be important to contact you. Now you have your these are testimonials. Fantastic. So I love testimonials. And then your junk drawer. The junk drawer is not junk. It's just things that don't necessarily need to be on the website, but I do want to get to it from the homepage. And then you have this video. This video kind of seems random. I don't know why I need to watch that video. So if it's a good video and it's worth putting on the website, maybe find some place up here towards the top so we can learn more about it. Now, again, those are just for the homepage. The goal is clarity on what you do and why it's important to me, not to you, but to me, why it's important to me. I need clear call to action of what you want and help me with a plan of where to get there, and then images that really support what you're saying, right? So I want to be able to envision myself being that sought after leadership coach that I want to be, because I scheduled a meeting with you. All right, well, that's it. If you have any questions or need anything else, feel free to let us know. Thanks so much.